Hello and welcome to CATEX TV. I'm Tom Bailey in London. It's 4:30 p.m. in London, 11:30 Eastern Time and 12:30 in Bermuda. Today, the news. General Insurance Corporation of India, GIC, is considering a Lloyd's presence in response to the impending introduction of Solvency II. Mr. Lohia, the GIC's chairman cum managing director, told Insurance Day that India's largest reinsurer hopes to have either a Lloyd's presence or full subsidiary setup running in London before the end of March 2012. GIC already boasts a branch office in London, but acknowledged Solvency II has placed a question mark over those operations. Mr. Lohia said, "We are working on various operations. One is to enter Lloyd's, second is to have a subsidiary company in the London market. That would take care of Solvency II issue, and we are working on it very seriously." Now, according to insurer and reinsurer Lancashire, the uncertainty surrounding the direction of the reinsurance market, evident during the rendezvous gathering in Monte Carlo, will add to pressure for rate increases. Johnny Craig Cohen, Lancashire's head of investor relations, acknowledged brokers were touting figures suggesting the unprecedented losses of the first half had contributed to just a 5% erosion of global industry capital, but he claimed those figures had not factored in modelling company RMS Solutions version 11 model and individual companies' exposures and the current interest rate situation. Mr. Craig Cohen said, "The true picture isn't being shown. Everybody knows the market needs to go up. Everybody wants it to go up, but there's no real leadership." The Bermuda Stock Exchange has announced that the value of insurance-linked securities, or ILSs, listed on the BSX during the past year has now doubled and has surpassed the $2 billion mark for the first time. The exchange has been striving to attract ILS securities such as catastrophe bonds to list since legislation was introduced by the Bermuda Monetary Authority in October 2009. Mr. Wachowski, the chief executive of the Bermuda Stock Exchange, said Bermuda is the world's third largest reinsurance market and is already home to 1,061 companies with $469 billion of assets. Because of this, Bermuda is a natural place for setting up and listing cat bonds. Many of our reinsurance companies have issued cat bonds or set up special purpose vehicles such as sidecars, so we have a historical interest and knowledge. Now, in a related story, Nephilia Capital, which is one of the largest hedge funds based in Bermuda, and it focuses on the ILS sector, has secured the services of Pascal Carcenti from cap modelling firm AIR Worldwide. Mr. Carcenti is expected to join the ILS specialist next week, initially working out of Bermuda headquarters before transferring to its San Francisco office. According to Barclays Capital, Allied World now doubts its bid for its peer Transatlantic Holdings will succeed after a proxy advisory firm said Transatlantic investors should reject the deal. Barclays cited an Allied executive saying as much in a meeting on Monday. Barclays, in a research note yesterday, which was summarising the presentations made on the Monday from Allied World at its financial services conference, reported that, according to the Allied World executive, quote, "its merger with Transatlantic appears unlikely to be successful after proxy advisors ISS made their recommendation." More than 180 wildfires have ravaged Texas since Labor Day weekend and could cost a total of $250 million of insured losses, according to the Insurance Council of Texas. The Austin, Texas-based trade group said insured losses from fires near Bastrop in Texas could reach $150 million. The Austin-based Texas Forestry Service said yesterday that it had responded to 127 fires affecting 9,205 acres in the past 7 days, and the assessment of those losses is ever increasing. Now, some tropical storm news. Tropical Storm Maria is in the Atlantic, currently sustained winds of 45 knots. It's expected to strengthen marginally over the next 24 hours to 50 knots as it approaches Bermuda. Bermuda has a storm warning in force. Maria is not expected to reach hurricane strengths, and we're not expecting any severe damage to Bermuda. Finally today, Guy Carpenter and Company, the reinsurance broker part of Marsh McLennan Companies, said that it has revamped its global management structure. The New York-based reinsurance broker said that it has named Chris McEwen as vice chairman based in New York. Previously, he was president and CEO of Guy Carpenter's North American broking operations. Guy Carpenter has named Peter Chandler as its New York-based Eastern Region leader, and Pat Denzer in Minneapolis as its Western Region leader. Meanwhile, Terry Russell, as the former Mid-America region leader, will develop the firm's agricultural, security and medical malpractice business. He'll report into Andy Marcel, who is Guy Carpenter's CEO of Global Practices. That's all from us today. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.